Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here at Fino Boxing, like this video, and leave your comments down below. And follow us at all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing, and my personal one is at Adriana_sports.
Here we go, Fino Boxing here with Adriana of Fino Boxing as well. May 2nd, you have your bags. I'm sure people almost packed. Your tickets ready to go. What's going on with Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders for May 2nd?
I think we were all ready for the Canelo fight, even though we didn't know exactly who that fighter, who his opponent was going to be, even though it was all rumored to be Billy Joe Saunders. So the last thing that I know, the latest update was that Canelo was supposed to fight Billy Joe Saunders. It was never officially announced. It was really close to being announced, but when the coronavirus hit, everything went on pause, right? But the latest news is that obviously Canelo was choosing between Billy Joe Saunders and Callum Smith. From what I hear, Golden Boy was leaning towards Callum Smith, but Canelo wanted Billy Joe Saunders. And eventually they agreed to fight. Didn't make it public, but they were scheduled to make it public, I believe, this week. But obviously we know our sports world was shut down. So no announcement was made, because now May 2nd, even though it seems so far away, we probably expect that there won't be boxing May 2nd. We know for a fact March and April there's no boxing, but it seems that maybe even May. I mean, what do you think? May seems far away, but there's a high chance that May 2nd is not going to happen.
I think May 2nd is out of the question. For that kind of fight, you got to sell the fight. You got to do a press tour, you would imagine.
Exactly.
Exactly. In the UK, you got to do one in Mexico, one here in LA, maybe one in New York. But it seems that that's still the plan for Golden Boy and Metro. Maybe not May 2nd, but to do a fight with Billy Joe Saunders. Now there's talk of Canelo agreeing to do the Gennady Golovkin trilogy. I know you spoke with Eddie Reynoso about coming in at 160 and doing the trilogy for Golovkin. What do you have on that?
So speaking to Eddie Reynoso at the Mikey Garcia fight versus Jesse Vargas, he said that things are very, very close to signing the 168-pound fight for May 2nd, which is supposed to be Billy Joe Saunders. And then he assured me that for September 16 weekend, he was going to have Canelo go back down to middleweight, to 160. And I asked him, Gennady Golovkin, the trilogy? And he said, maybe. That's something that would very, very interest him. So the talks is now that Gennady Golovkin wanted to do his May fight, his Cinco de Mayo weekend fight. And then September, Canelo. What did I say?
I think you said Golovkin.
I don't know. Well, Canelo do his Cinco de Mayo fight, and then for September go back down to 160 pounds and fight most likely what we hear Gennady Golovkin at 160. And then, but there's also in the mix of fighting the other middleweight, Murata, the Japanese middleweight. We know that in Japan it's a very big honor, a big deal to fight on New Year's Eve, right? December 31st. So if you think about it, if this whole coronavirus wouldn't have happened, you have that fight Cinco de Mayo with, let's say, Billy Joe Saunders, and then you have a September 16th fight against Gennady Golovkin, the trilogy that a lot of people, I know there's both sides to it, but a lot of people do want to see that trilogy. And then you could possibly have that December 31st fight against Murata in Japan. We saw Mayweather fight that exhibition fight, what was it, the Japanese, Taishi, I forgot his name. But he did that December 31st because that's a big deal over there. I'm sure that this is something that the Zone executives would love to have Canelo fight 3 times this year. Let's say Billy Joe Saunders, Gennady Golovkin, and Murata in Japan. I know the Japanese are big in boxing as well. So I'm sure this is something that they would love to see happen. Of course, with the coronavirus going on, we don't know when we're going to get boxing back. We don't know when live sports will come back. So how much will this be pushed back? You know, this May fight, once it actually comes to fruition, like when is it going to be? Is it going to be in June, July? And then once it does happen, how close can you make that September fight? Would it still be September?
Yeah, I would imagine it would be September. Yeah, I think they were talking about September 12th at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Obviously, we'll do a fight like that. We'll do 50 plus in the stadium, and I'm sure that's something that the Zone and Matchroom and Conor would want to happen. Especially, now that we're seeing a little bit different. Gennady Golovkin obviously being 37, being in so many wars, especially against Yarenchenko last time in New York. He does have a mandatory. Speaking of Gennady Golovkin, I know he was scheduled to fight somewhere in Chicago and kept getting pushed back. He got injured. Now I think you mentioned June 6th against his mandatory at the Forum. Is that what's on the plan?
That's the latest info about having Gennady Golovkin fight his mandatory here at the Forum. Both fight, from what I understand, both Canelo and Golovkin were set to fight other fights before they were to see each other in September. Canelo was going to do the Billy Joe Saunders fight, and Gennady Golovkin is fighting his mandatory at the Forum here in Inglewood in June. But again, is that fight going to be pushed back? Is June safe? I would love to believe that all June fights are safe to happen, but again, we don't know how much that will be pushed back. But hopefully, we see that happen.
Very well. Moving on, May 30th, big fight. I think ESPN wanted to do a pay-per-view card. ESPN top-ranked Lomachenko against Lopez. Do you have an update on that? What have you heard? Have you talked to anybody? What's going on with that May 30th card?
The May 30th fight between Lomachenko and TEOFIMO LOPEZ is such a great fight that needs to happen. I swear the coronavirus. Boxing was on this high. We're getting so many great fights. We had so many great fights scheduled or very tentative to happen, like this Lomachenko TEOFIMO LOPEZ. This is you ask boxing fans, and this is a fight that everybody wants to see. It was kind of a almost official fight just because it wasn't officially announced, but everyone knew it was about to happen May 30th. From what I understand, Lomachenko was training in Oxnard, and now with everyone having to be isolating at home, he went back to the Ukraine, and I guess he's there with his family. But man, it's a fight that we hope we don't let it go. TEOFIMO LOPEZ, this fight is at 135, right? And TEOFIMO has been talking about moving up to 140, and he's been very vocal. He's shared that he's not gonna wait for Lomachenko. He said he's always wanted that fight, but he said he's not gonna wait around for it if it's not gonna happen. And now that we have this uncertainty happen, and if he wants to move up to 140, is this fight gonna go away? Are the chances fading? I really hope not, because this fight truly needs to happen. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe here at Fino Boxing, like this video, and leave your comments down below, and follow us at all our social media platforms at Fino Boxing, and my personal one is at ADRIANA_sports.